Hey, what is up guys? So last week's video we talked about 5 annoying habits of other drivers on the road. Today's video we're going to talk about 5 of the worst habits of passengers who are riding in your car with you. So the first thing to me is people who fart in your car. I know this is kind of funny, but if you think about it, when someone farts, you're like inhaling their like particles are emitted from their butt and now they're in the air. You're like breathing it in. Their is in your mouth, it's in your lungs. Like air that was just in that person's rectum is now in your lungs and you're breathing it in. It's so gross. Please, if you ever ride with me, don't fart in my car. I hate that.
Sorry guys.
Alright, so another thing that I can't stand is people who beg to smoke inside my car. I don't smoke, and I think that for most people who don't smoke, the smell of cigarettes is kind of up there with the smell of farting. But the difference with a fart is eventually it kind of dissipates into the atmosphere, but with smoking, it really stains the interior and it's going to smell like smoke for a long time afterwards. So yeah, I really hate when people really beg to smoke inside my car. And I had this friend in high school who, you know how people with diabetes, they have to have insulin? That's how this guy was with cigarettes. You know, he was so addicted that he would be like shaking and rocking back and forth. He'd get in this weird mood, like if I didn't let him smoke. So, you know, just wait a few minutes, be courteous to the person who's giving you a free ride, and just wait to get out to have a cigarette.
Bro, do you care if I smoke in here? Oh, can you at least pull over for a minute, man? I gotta smoke.
Another thing that really bothers me is when people leave trash in the car. And I don't mind if people have snacks in here. You know, it's not like a hard rule of mine that you can't eat in my car. But I do expect people who are grown adults to be able to clean up trash after themselves, eat in a way where you're not getting crumbs all over everything, leaving crumbs in the seat and in the carpet, and just leaving the back seat a complete mess. So, like I said, I don't really mind if people eat in here. There are certain times, you know, if I'm on a road trip or something and my friends want to bring snacks, I'm okay with that. Just clean up after yourself and don't leave my car a complete mess. Another thing that I find super annoying is people who are bad navigators. You know, you put your friend in charge of getting you to the destination, they've got the app pulled up on their phone, they're kind of giving you directions, and before you know it, they get distracted by Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat. And before you know it, you miss your turn and they're like, oh yeah, sorry bro, I wasn't paying attention. And it's just annoying. Like if you're put in charge of navigation, everyone's trying to get to the same place, you want to get there at a reasonable time, you need to stay on top of it or hand the phone to somebody who's actually going to follow through and give you the correct directions. Now I do have navigation in my car, but sometimes it is nice to have a friend who's kind of giving you directions, giving you a heads up as to, you know, what exit to get off at or things like that. But yeah, there have been a few times where I've been out with my friends and, you know, someone gets distracted and before you know it, we're 20 miles off course. So in charge of navigation, that's your responsibility to get everyone to the destination.
Dude, this Instagram is so lit. Dude, I think we were supposed to turn back there.
Alright, so the last thing is the type of people who never have money for gas. And personally, I don't really ask people for gas money, but back in high school, I was the first one of my friends to get my driver's license and first one to get a car. So naturally, I became like the designated driver for my circle of friends. And I was okay with that. And usually if we were going to a skate park that was a few hours away, my friends would usually chip in for gas, or we'd go to McDonald's, they buy my lunch or something. But we had this one friend who would always tag along with us and he never seemed to have gas money. But the funny thing is we'd stop at the gas station and he'd come out with 2 Monsters and a pack of cigarettes and it's like, dude, I thought you didn't have money for gas. And he's like, oh yeah, I mean, I didn't have money for gas, but you know, I had to get my cigarettes or I had to get my Monster or whatever.
Oh, hey, dude.
So yeah, that was just kind of annoying to me. Like, he wouldn't have $2 to give me for gas, but then he'd go in and spend $10 on cigarettes and Monster and everything else. So yeah, I just found that annoying back then. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know some of the most annoying habits of passengers who ride in your vehicle. And if you found this video entertaining, please just give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.